everyone. I am at School of Wok today with Jeremy Peng. Jez is the founder, owner, dude awesomeness of School of Wok.
And we're gonna make some baller chicken. Is that right?
I just taught him baller. I called something like baller and he was like, who? What?
I've got a friend who's got a dog called Baller. Anyway, we're
getting off topic. So today, Jez is teaching us how to make orange chicken / orange tofu.
Yeah, American style Chinese food.
Or American style. I didn't even realize that was a specific American style thing, but it is, and it is pretty delicious. So, should we make it?
Get involved. Let's go. Let's get cooking.
Let's do it.
So orange chicken.
Yes.
Is it real food?
Is it it's a thing.
Okay.
It is a thing.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, for as long as I can remember going to
Yeah.
Chinese restaurants, orange chicken was usually one of the dishes on the table.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
but it's definitely American Chinese, isn't it?
Yeah, my mind's kind of blown. I didn't know that it was so specifically American.
Yeah, I mean here you got your sweet and sours, like and
Right, similar.
Yeah, chili beef's a big thing here. But I would say that they're very anglicized Chinese dishes. They're things that were almost made up or revamped here.
Yeah.
Sweet and sour is a big flavour in Chinese cooking.
Right.
Which orange chicken essentially is a sweet and sour chicken. Oranges are naturally sweet and sour.
Exactly, yeah. It's got the same flavor elements.
We're going to start with the base of our mandarins or orange. So just squeeze, we don't have anything, any sort of crazy implements here. Just use your hands.
I did just wash my hands.
Oh, good. I didn't. No, I did. And so get as much of that juice in there as possible.
Okay.
I would always start with the orange because it's a natural fruit. So you want to sort of taste how sweet or sour that juice actually is before then you actually add any of the other ingredients.
Right.
So
adjust.
We might, recipe might say sort of 2 to 3 tablespoons of sugar, but that's why it's 2 to 3 because it may not need that much sugar.
Yeah.
I've got another interesting sort of ingredient here. This is mandarin peel.
Oh.
So it's dried orange or mandarin peel.
Oh, I thought they were like mushrooms.
Smell that.
Oh,
yeah,
whoa.
You've got a sort of bittersweet flavour from, and you can get these from Chinese supermarkets. We're not going to use all of the peel, but what I've done is I've soaked that in hot water, and you get that sort of really nice aroma. For the most part, we'll just use the water, but we'll probably put sort of one of those pieces into the sauce when we're bubbling it away, and it will take a lot of flavour from that. What you don't want to do is put too much. Or put your orange or mandarin peel in for too long because you don't want too much bitterness. Yeah. You want a depth of flavour. Yeah. Okay. Again, pretty sure that most takeaways won't be using stuff like this. So we've got your mandarin water. We're going to add to that. And you can see there. Water. And this will thicken up later on, and then we're going to start to compile the rest of the sauce. Cool. Let's taste that and see what how sour we think it is, or how sweet these mandarins are. Well, they're quite tart.
Yeah, they are quite tart. But I can taste the I can taste that.
The mandarin water.
The mandarin water.
Yeah, okay, exactly.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's good, but it's good. It's the depth of flavour, not too much, right? So we've got your barbecue sauce, which again, if you sort of dip the end of you taste that. It's got a slight smokiness, tomatoey paste almost.
Yeah.
And then that will sort of accentuate the colour as well. So we're going to pop all of that in there, I would say. And then ketchup. The magic ingredient for most sweet and sour bases. So yeah, just go for all of that ketchup, and then we'll give it a mix, and we'll taste it with the sweetness of the ketchup before we then add the sugar. Give that a good mix. Just have a little taste of that. So we get into smokiness from the barbecue sauce, your sweetness from the ketchup. We don't need excessive amounts of sugar.
No, not at all.
I would say let's start with two tablespoons of sugar. and see how that goes. And actually I want to use a little bit of lime juice as well to accentuate the
citrus.
The citrus flavour.
Yeah.
So we've got 2 tablespoons of sugar in so far. Of course it will take a little bit of melting, so give it a little stir for another sort of 30 seconds or so. Let that melt through and then we'll taste it again. How's that taste now?
It's really nice.
Yeah?
It's really nice, but I see what you mean. I think it could use...
Yeah, I think that's sweet enough, don't you think?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah?
I do. I think it could use that lime.
Exactly, so a squeeze of maybe half a lime should finish this off and just sort of lift that sour flavour. Yes.
Oh my god!
How goes that?
I mean, that makes a significant difference.
Yeah, but you don't taste lime, you taste the mandarin or the orange as a real base.
I mean, I would even describe the difference that makes as the difference of, oh my god, I want more. Like, it added the element that just made it addicting.
Exactly, and that is the epitome of Chinese food. So if you get the balance right, you're looking for that perfect balance of flavour, texture and colour, right? And if the perfect balance of flavour is there, then you just want to keep going. That's why it's so Moorish.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what we're going for. Sauce, pretty much there. We'll pop one of those in there so that we get a bit more flavour from that. And that's ready for our stir frying at the end. So, I've got chicken, you've got tofu, but we're going to prep a little bit of onion and ginger and garlic. Classic Chinese base. We want your onion nice and thin. So just take the ends off. And you study at the Cordon Bleu?
I did, in Paris, and you did here in London.
We did. I did here. So this is a head-to-head on London versus Paris as to what teaching is actually better.
I know. I hope that Paris. I hope I don't disappoint Paris right now.
Finally, you can get it the better. Just a quick base of onion. We're going to put a bit of ginger and garlic with that, but what we'll do is I'll set up a watt clock and you can set up a watt clock. Okay, so onions go at 12 o'clock on your plate. Yeah. And then we've got a little bit of ginger and garlic, the core of Chinese cooking. Yeah. Yes. With your ginger, we probably only need sort of half of that amount each. Okay. Peel that. And then we're going to go for nice julienne, as the French like to call it, or the Chinese matchstick. So as fine a matchstick as you can get. Or just throw your ginger on if you want. Whichever way you want to do it, up to you. I've still got my ginger.
I like floor ginger.
Okay, nice fine matchsticks of ginger. Okay, so we've got your ginger, garlic, and then actually, even with your garlic, you can just sort of peel it, and then slices is absolutely fine. You don't want to go too fine on it, so just simple slices that can go with your ginger. Look, tofu obviously is very different to a piece of chicken breast.
True.
But what we've done with your tofu is we've pressed that. We're going for like sort of escallops of chicken. Okay. So we'll go for a similar sort of thing with the tofu. With my chicken, of course, I'm just going to butterfly it out and then just open that up like that. And I think each escallop, if I can, get it as sort of thin as possible. So your tofu probably go for about half a centimetre, and then nice sort of chunks like that sort of size. So I think maybe
something like that.
Yeah, like that. And you might want to cut your tofu in sort of half and then do those slices. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm only going to do sort of one chicken breast here because you can get quite a lot out of it. And then you don't need to sort of do anything else with your tofu, but with the chicken, I'm going to bash it out. So I flatten.
Get rid of some of your aggression there?
Yeah. London transport this morning.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I'm going for a nice sort of good size escallops, but sort of still pick-upable. Yeah. If that's ever a word.
It is a word now. Yeah.
Right, I've got a bowl for you.
Thank you.
And then we're just going to pop the protein in. We're going to marinate this, but with yours you have to be quite light with it because it's tofu. Yeah. It can easily break up. Yeah. So when you're marinated, don't sort of really massage it too much. Okay. Classic Chinese marinade. Yeah. We keep it really simple. light soy sauce, sesame oil, and usually a pinch of sugar. But this sauce has got so much sugar in it, I wouldn't add any more. Okay, so light soy sauce, we literally just want like a good drizzle over the top of your tofu. And then I'm going to use the rest for my chicken. Yeah, right. So, and this will give a base of flavour. And again, that sort of layer. May as well finish it. That sort of layering of flavour is really important. Sesame oil. Yeah.
Great.
All right, a little bit of sesame oil. Yeah, and then the same again. We just go straight over the top. Okay. Give that a good mix. For me, I'm going to have to massage this. For you, just gently sort of roll it around without trying to break your tofu too much. Yeah. Straight through, and I'm going to really sort of massage that chicken through so I can get all that flavour up from the chicken. So, egg, this is to help stick your corn flour around. Alright, so you're just going to place your egg over top and just gently sort of run that egg around the edge of your tofu. You don't have to be too precise with this. Right, so for you, just gently rub it round, and then what we're going to do is we've got your corn flour here. We're going to season that corn flour with a little bit of salt and pepper. Okay, so we'll do your tofu first. Okay. So when you're doing it, just sort of carefully take, piece by piece, and then just cover your tofu in that sort of corn flour, and then you've got a plate there by your side. Just give it a little dust, and then pop it on the plate. Okay? So your tofu is pretty much there. Yeah. I'm going to do the same with the chicken. All right. The key to this is you can see excessive amounts of corn flour here in this bowl. Yes. Now the reason for that is, especially when we're doing sort of meats and things, which I'll put in next, it's a foolproof way of making sure that you've got a really good coating, dry sort of coating around your protein or your meat, yeah, and that's what makes it super crispy. Okay, I feel like some of these are not going to get super crispy. If it's broken a little, I don't mind. Yeah, okay. You can give your hand a clean. I'm going to do the chicken. Yeah. You're looking for like a dry, dusty white consistency around your meat or tofu or protein or whatever you're cooking. Right. So dry, dusty white. Yours is kind of like that, but it's tofu, so it should look slightly different. Right, we're going to deep fry your tofu first, and then we'll do the meat, okay? Now when you're deep frying, go piece by piece, go slowly, but what we do is, I've got this on a high heat already. Yeah. I'm going to test the oil first, so anything wooden is great for that. So if you put your wooden chopsticks in and it fizzes straight away, then you know that your oil is at 180 degrees C. So, and the key is, if it doesn't fizz immediately, then you know it's too not too low heat. Yeah, yeah. But you don't ever want your oil to be smoking hot, especially when you're deep frying, because then it can very easily set on fire. Just lay your sort of tofu pieces one by one into that oil. Okay. Be careful on it. Oh, I smell the frying happening. Oh, yeah. Now we're smelling like a Chinese takeaway. Yeah. Yeah, you can put a few more pieces in there. You can see how crispy that's getting, actually. Yeah. That's great. Look at that. That's it. Nice. Looking good. Yeah, you can put the last couple of pieces in yet. They come out nice and crispy. Yeah, they're coming out really well. Yeah, it kind of like solidifies them a bit being in there, I think. Yes, exactly, and the corn flour gives it that crust. Yeah. And you can see with the tofu, and anything really, even with the chicken, as soon as it starts to float to the top, you know it's well cooked. Yeah. Because it's sort of airy in between. Yeah. Are you, in terms of color, what are some cues, like when it starts to get golden brown? Right, yeah, golden brown, like most things, then you're like, okay, that's good, yeah. Yeah, and because it will continue to fry a bit even after you take it out, right? Yeah, exactly. It'll develop a wee bit more. And actually with tofu, like what we might do is, if we want to keep it super crispy, we'll probably just reduce that sauce down, and instead of putting the tofu into the sauce, we'll pour the sauce over the top. That's your batch of tofu, and then we'll do the same with the chicken. Chicken pieces. So again, because they're quite thin, it shouldn't take much longer than the tofu. I'm just going to allow that to crisp up for the last sort of 30 seconds, because I'm not going to double fry this, but you can, as I say, you could if you wish. But actually what I'm seeing is that these bits of chicken are actually really crispy already. They're looking good, yeah. Right, so crispy. That's super crispy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got your crispy chicken.
That looks good.
And we're just going to take those pieces up. It looks a little bit like homemade KFC right now, which is not a bad thing.
Not a bad thing at all.
And with the chicken, I will quickly wrap it into the sauce at the end, right? I think with the tofu, it's sort of sauce, pour it over the top.
Right, because we're looking to keep as much texture, crispiness.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So all we have to do now is finish off your stir fry. I'd say you've gone a little bit excessive on the oil there. Yeah, let me take a little bit.
I just got happy squeezing that bottle.
Right, so little bit of oil, and then we're going to go in with your onions first.
Okay, onions first.
Onions first.
Okay.
And you can see my wok is really smoking hot right now. When it's smoking hot, just sort of give it a good fold through. If there's too much heat, then a tummy in the head would work at this point. Round and round, back and forward, round and round, back and forward. You see that? You lift it up.
Oh,
yeah, try and keep your spoon downwards.
Oh, keep it down.
Right. Next up, let's make sure it comes to a good heat first. That's it. You want to hear that sizzle. Never lose your sizzle.
I hear the sizzle.
Right. At this point, when it's smoking hot, your garlic and your ginger. Okay. Garlic and ginger. And continue to fold that through. You can smell that sort of ginger and garlic cooking nicely.
Yeah.
You're just going to keep moving that around a little. And I'm at a stage, you're probably about 30 seconds behind me, so keep it on the heat for a bit. And then I'm going to take a good bit of this sauce, and I'm going to pour that into my hot wok. Yep. Leave that on the heat, that's it. You want your wok to be smoking hot before you pour your sauce in. So you can see now, your wok's smoking hot, right?
Yep.
Now we're going to pour your sauce in.
Great.
Okay? And the reason for that is an immediate, sort of bubble up.
Yes.
Yeah? Right? And you can see my sauce is thickening up. At the point where it's sort of a nice sort of syrupy consistency, which I'm almost there, that's when I'm going to add my chicken.
Got it.
If you want to do it with your tofu or some of it, you can. Yeah?
Okay.
Right, just have a little test. So my chicken's ready to go in. And watch this, okay? Chicken goes in, and at this point, high heat, all I'm going to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, until it's all coated, and then it's ready.
Wow!
And then I'm going to switch that heat off. So that sort of quick wok toss is really important if you want to get this to coat but not lose the crisp. Tofu in.
Tofu
Good
in.
handful. Good handful. Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying not to break it.
It's okay.
I think still. Okay.
That's the art of the wok toss. We'll see how well you do. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Good. Now go for it.
Oh gosh,
5
Chaz.
minutes. 1. Oh, keep it in the wok.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good.
One more?
One more. That's it. Way done. Okay. Right. So that's it. You're done. You want to switch that off and then serve it up so that you don't lose the crisp.
Nice.
That looks beautiful.
That looks good.
Moment of glory.
I'm so excited.
Dig in.
All right. I mean, are you gonna cut yours? No, he's just biting off it. I was trying to be a lady, but it's okay. I'm not actually that much of a lady.
There's no polite way of eating Chinese food. You just have to dig in and make the guys behind the cameras really jealous.
Oh my.
How is that?
Jez.
Yep.
Spot on.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Does it take you back to your childhood?
Better.
Less gloopy?
Lack of gloop is definitely a good thing. Jez, this is baller.
Super baller. Can you say super baller?
Yeah, super baller. It's so good. Thank you so much for having me to School of Wok.
It's an absolute pleasure.
Awesome.
After the podcast as well, I think it's just really great to show you something that I like to cook, and maybe we can do some more of this.
He was on the Keep It Quirky podcast. I'm going to put that link in the description box below.
Awesome.
And you guys go check out the School of Wok YouTube channel. It's awesome. So many more recipes like this and beyond. I will link to it here. Also, check out School of Wok's Kickstarter page. It's awesome. They are bringing bows.
We're taking Bow global. Global?
Global.
It's about time to go global.
Cheers!
Cheers!
Don't forget to keep it quirky.